Hello everyone, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is April Otwell. I was born on February 14th, 1995. I am currently 20 years old, and I'm here to let you know about my story. Okay, in 2009, I was a normal 14-year-old teenager that had a boyfriend, best friends. I was losing some of my chubby weight. My acne was clearing up. I no longer wore glasses. I wore contacts. I was having, fun. And I was happy. I was so happy. I was getting ready to go antique shopping with my mom and her boyfriend. And I needed to blow dry my hair, and I hate using a blow dryer. So me and a friend, Renita Moore, got on a ATV to just ride around and blow dry my hair, because that's the quickest method anyway. And we were going around a really sharp curve way too fast, and I stood up trying to get the back brakes to work. When they didn't, I panicked and grabbed the front brakes. And if you've ever seen a bicycle that you grab the front brakes, you know what happens. The back end comes up, and I went over the handlebars. The guy that found us picked me up in his arms out of the middle of the road and laid me on the side of the road where my friend was. I hold no grudges. He assessed the situation and done what he thought was best. I don't remember hardly anything. The most that I remember is laying on my face, him putting his jacket around me, saying that it would be okay and that the help was on the way. And in the background I could hear my friend asking how I was I alive, am I okay, what was going on, and then I don't remember anything else. I woke up later in a hospital bed, unable to move any of my body, and it turns out that I broke C3, 4, and 5, which is located right up here. C2 is right at your brain stem, and if you break that, you're most likely not going to survive. So the doctors told me what was happening to me, and I was pronounced paralyzed from the neck down as a quadriplegic and incomplete. At first they thought my spinal cord had been completely severed, but later they found out that it was not. 2 weeks into my hospital stay in the ICU, my right lung and diaphragm collapsed, and I could no longer breathe on my own. They put me on bypass for a while, but when that did not help, they had to go and put a tracheostomy in, which is just a tube so they can hook you to a machine called a ventilator. They hook you up and it breathes for you. They told us that I would eventually forget how to breathe on my own. My mom didn't like this. She kept telling me every day that I could breathe on my own. I came into this world breathing. We were still in ICU when my mom brought in one of my adult friends named Annette. She come in and was telling Annette what happened, and that the doctor said that I'd never move anything from the neck down again, and she said that I gave her this look like I'm paralyzed and moved my right hand. It was only slight movement, but it moved. And she ran out screaming to the doctors, and the rest of the month that I spent in the ICU, I was able to regain my left and movement in my right arm. And we were very pleased. So they moved us to a rehab hospital. I was in San Antonio, Texas at the time. The 2 months while I was in there, I been able to regain more of my arms, and I even started moving my right thumb. I could wiggle my toes on my right foot in the hospital. They sent us home. Spent a total of 3 months in the hospital. And by the time I come home, school was already over. So I had the summer before I had to start school again. And we went to outpatient therapy for 3 times a week. And when I first had my accident, I told my mom that I could move my legs, they're just too heavy. So I told the therapist, and she said, okay, April, we'll check them, but if they don't move, we won't check them again. This is the first and only time I'll ever check them. Well, thank God they moved an inch, but they moved. I got so much better. I was able to start getting in a sling that stood me up and weight shift while my therapist would move my legs in a walking motion. I was able to rock myself on my knees when they would put me in a sling like that. We ended up moving therapies so I could do water therapy. And when we moved, from then till now, I can't get anybody to work with my legs. I've begged them, but there's no use. They won't hear it. I went to Project Walk in Austin, Texas, and they fooled with my legs for a little bit. The next time I came, they wouldn't fool with my legs anymore. So I've lost most of the movement in my legs. Still can move them some when I want to. Anyway, I have learned to take my spasticity and use it to move my hand and my wrist. That is how I cough, how I sneeze. That's how I feed myself, how I brush my hair. Without it, I don't have any movement in my hands. I'm not able to cough. I'm not able to sneeze. I have really dinky sneezes, too. I am a sugar glider breeder, and my babies have helped me a lot with recovering. They have helped me fine-tune my motor skills so I don't squeeze them and hurt them, but I can pick them up, play with them, I can feed them, I can do a scoop of their dry food, put it in their cage, I can clean the cage somewhat by myself. I now am able to feed myself on my own, brush my hair, like I said, brush my teeth. I am able to help take off my shirt. Sometimes it depends on the shirt. I am 20 years old now. It's been 6 years. It's hard to believe it's been 6 years. I still look forward to the rest of my life, even though I'm in this wheelchair. I am not a textbook. No one can tell me what I can and cannot do. They said I had less than a 50% chance I'd ever get my hand or my legs back. Well, I've got my hands and I'm able to breathe on my own, so I'm defying the odds as it is. I went back to school the following year, my freshman year of high school. I had a lot of fun. A lot of the relationships I had with my friends changed. Many of them wouldn't speak to me. Some of them would lie and say I'm faking it behind my back, but suck up to me in the front. Everybody was really nice, you know. In the hospital, I had hundreds of cards hanging up on the walls from students at my middle school. Well, it all changed. Many people wouldn't talk to me. They would see me in the halls and avoid me. If I asked them something, they wouldn't respond. So that hurt my feelings a lot. But what can you do? And 2 years into my accident, the young lady that was with me in the accident, Renita Moore, stopped talking to me. She would no longer message me back, text me back. She would no longer come over to the house and spend the weekends. Usually she spent every weekend with me. And after that she wouldn't. I don't have no grudge, you know. She done what she thought was settled. So that's on her, not me. I am saving up for college tuition. I am trying to get my story out there, which is obviously the point of this video. I know another quadriplegic named Rachel Friedman. She has done some amazing work, and I'm trying to get out there like she is. I am currently writing a book on my accident. I am also right now trying to finish up a glider guide for my babies. So please check out my website. It is aprilotwell.weebly.com. It will soon be changed, but it has not yet. You can contact me on Facebook. Just look up facebook.com/aprilotwell123. That is my public figure page. You can also look up loveaglider.com and facebook.com/loveaglider. That is also me. Please help me share my story and help me get out there. I would love to become something like Rachel Friedman. I'm trying my best to get out there, and I'm getting there. So share me out. I'm truly an inspiration. When you get to know me, I'm not negative at all. Yes, I wish this accident would have never happened, but it did, and I have to deal with this. I am doing what I can, when I can, and as much as possible. So, I don't know, just share me around and help me. Anyway, trying to think if there's anything else I needed to say. I've had some rough times. Last year, I spent a year in bed from November to almost November for my breakdown due to a wheelchair wound that I had on my bottom. I've dealt with a stage 4 pressure ulcer here, where they had to go in and shave some bone and sew the skin back together. I've had some major skin breakdowns on my feet, and I am fighting another one as we speak. It's getting better. It's just going to take some time. I would love for donations to help with college and help get some medical supplies that I need. My PayPal email is hopeful.thinking123@yahoo.com. You can also email me if you have any questions. Like I said, please share my story out. I would greatly appreciate it. And I think that's all. And Rachel, if you see this, I would love to talk to you. I have so many questions, and I'd really like to become friends if you will. So, I wanted to welcome your little girl, Kaylee, into the world. Also, she's beautiful, and I follow your story very closely on Facebook.